we collected over $200 today from selling options, and we deployed tons of cash to purchase assets that are allowing us to be financially free. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to talk about all that we've accomplished today. But if you're new to the channel, this is an income generating account where we sell cash secured puts, covered calls, do credit spreads, and collect dividends from both weekly and monthly payers in order to generate that consistent income. But if you haven't already, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down below what you did today in the market. No matter if it's going up or down, we are making moves. The account value, as you can see here, $80,823. A year ago, this was at $45,000. So we are flying up, and a lot of that has to do with our consistency. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's first jump over to the right here, and let's look at our options. I believe the best way to generate income is by selling cash secured puts and covered calls, and it's a low barrier to entry. What I mean by that is when you sell a cash secured put, you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price, and when you sell a covered call, you're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. I go into more detail about these in my premium general group, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. Anyway, let's take a look here. We have all of these options open. Fantastic. Again, remember guys, nothing I say should ever be taken as financial advice. I am just a guy on YouTube documenting my journey. So RDW, this put that I moved out to March 27th, I was agreeing to buy it for $8. It was going to expire Friday. Rather than let it expire Friday, I decided I'm going to add more time to the contract. And I did, and by adding more time to it, I got paid another credit. So I got paid $50 from rolling that position. I also rolled two positions, FIP, $6 put, out to April 17th. And I know what you're thinking, that's so far away. It's not. That's literally about 60 days away, 2 months. It'll be here before we know it. I like to roll positions anywhere from 30 to 90 days out, but I captured $41 a contract, giving me $82. And then the last one I rolled out was TSYY. Sorry, I clicked into it, but that's okay. I rolled this position out, the $6 put. It's well below $6, and I know what you're thinking. How can you make money if you're agreeing to buy something that's currently much more expensive than it's currently selling at? And that's the way the option contracts work. I'm getting paid to agree to buy it for $6. I haven't bought it for $6. I've rolled this position now, maybe 4 or 5 months in total so far. And every month I'm capturing another $70 to $100 in credits, just building up, lowering my cost average, helping me generate income. And then I take that income from option selling and high weekly dividend paying funds, and I put it into my monthly payers. My goal is to be able to live off of my monthly paying dividends. In order to do that, I need $2,800 every single month in just monthly paying dividends. I'm not including options or weekly paying dividends. Those are my paychecks, but I want to be able to live off of the monthly paying funds, and that would cover my mortgage, would cover my student loans, and would cover any other miscellaneous expenses, food, groceries, gas, things like that. It's about $2,800 a month for everything. And the first month of monthly dividend payers, I had $530. The second month, which was last month, I captured $700. In this month, I'm on pace to collect over $800. That's incredible. Today, we captured $200 in option income. I took it and I purchased more shares of those monthly payers. And before we talk about that, I want to jump over to my premium general group, and then we'll come right back into the video. In the premium generals group, it's an exclusive group where I post private educational content such as how to sell cash secured puts, how to sell covered calls, how to do credit spreads, debit spreads, the strangle method, and also private portfolio updates. Any move I'm making, when I make it, I post it in our Discord. I have a Discord group exclusive for the premium generals. It's $10 for the month. Come check it out. There are over 100 videos in there, a lot of educational ones, a lot of portfolio updates, also access to the Discord, any moves I'm making, and open for discussion. You want to chat amongst other people that want to grow and succeed, we can all do it together. So come check us out.
we'd love to have you. And with that being said, let's get back into the video.
Okay, we are back in our account here. $80,000, almost $81,000, all-time highs. It just is amazing, but we have a lot of work to do. We're making mistakes in terms of some of our purchases, and we're not being consistent enough. And that's where I like to use YouTube to hold me accountable, and maybe it can hold you accountable as well. Buying power-wise, we have $160,000 on the sideline. That includes margin, and I'm not going to deploy all of it at any one time. I would rather make smaller purchases. The reason I do that, I've expressed this in many videos, nobody knows where the dip truly is. Nobody has any idea. It could fall another 10 points, any one of the funds you're invested in. So that's why I think it's important to be consistent with your purchases. Don't overextend. Make your purchases, reinvest your dividends, or when you need them to live off of, you take them out, but you try to deploy any cash you have into these funds. So for me, my cash is generated through option selling and weekly dividend paying funds. So let's take a look here at some of the purchases we made today. So CRF and CLM, these are cornerstone funds. By the end of 2026, I want to have 3,000 shares of each of these. We are on our way. We're doing fantastic. We purchased right around 50 shares of each of those today, bringing me up to 2,470 shares in CRF and 1,960 shares in CLM. Ex-div for them is next week, I believe, because they pay at the end of every month. I am hoping to be able to get $500 between the two of them. Last month, I got about $400 between the two of them. So $500 goes a long way. If we could get $800 this month, that means we're over 25% of the way to our weekly payout. Our monthly payout, sorry, in dividends, which would be fantastic. A quarter of the way there to reaching our goal. And I always want to step back and put that into a perspective of time. What would you be able to do if you generated an extra $2,800 a month? Now, I know everyone's situation is different. We all live in different areas. We have different expenses. I'm pretty blessed. I live in a cheaper area to live in. I don't live in the California or anything like that. And on top of that, I did buy my house about 11 years ago. So I'm fortunate on my interest rate and things like that. So I understand the $2,800 goal I have is not the same that we all have for whatever reason it may be. But I know we're probably all the same. I have student loans for things I don't even use them. But nonetheless, put that into a perspective of time. So you make $2,800 every month without doing anything. All you've done is reinvest money that you've been paid or given. Sorry, let me hide Norton here. All the money you've reinvested or been given, and you put it into your account to help grow those funds over time, snowball, and that $2,800 is $700 a week. Deduct that out of your paycheck. So if your paycheck is normally $1,000 a week, well, now you're making $700, and you only need to find a job that covers that next $300 for the week. You go from having to work this full-time job that is immensely taking into all the enjoyments of life. You're spending too much time there because there's a lot of awesome things in this world. And if you spend 90% of your time at work, you are missing out on them. So that's why it is so pivotal to start investing in yourself, putting into these monthly paying dividend funds. Every one of these funds in this account started with daily purchases like PDI here. This is my favorite monthly paying dividend fund, sorry. And I have 1,000 shares. I did not start with 1,000 shares for this account. Let's see if it shows me my history. It does not. I'm still learning so before I was able to make as many purchases as I did, I was getting 3, 1, 2 shares a day. And I know when you start to put that out there, you're like, oh my gosh, 1 or 2 shares, that's nothing. We're never going to get there doing it that way. You will. I promise. Be consistent. Time is relative. It doesn't exist. What I mean by that is you blink, your kids are growing up, you move 10 times, you're in high school, then you're 40. It happens. It just happens. So the best time to start investing was obviously yesterday. The second best time is today. So let's not wait for the third time, which is tomorrow. Let's make sure we're investing in ourselves, investing in our funds. And that's what I do with this account. This account holds me accountable to make sure I'm making my purchases. CLM, CRF, we're on our way. We also purchased T-SPY and TDAC today. As you can see, 235 shares, 110 shares. That's amazing. I'd like to get T-SPY up to 300 shares. I'd like to get TDAC up to 200. And those are great because they pay a different week. So obviously when you're pacing out monthly dividend paying funds, it doesn't really matter if they all pay the same week or not. It just feels better to me on paper. So PDI and the two cornerstone funds pay the last week of the month. T-SPY pays the second week. TDAC pays the third. So I like having some funds that pay outside of that last week of the month. But that being said, the last week of the month is our heaviest dividend payouts between the cornerstone funds and PDI. Right there alone is around $600. So that's why I try to space it out a little bit, because I'm always very conscientious of my cash on the sideline here, and I want to use it, maximize it, but I also am always afraid of over leveraging it. And when I see that I'm already making $500, $600, $700, $800 in dividends, I don't open too many new option positions because I'm already flooding the account with cash. Now, is that the best practice? Probably not. I should be more consistent with my option selling in here too, because this account and any other one of my accounts that I use Fidelity, Webull, and Robinhood here. I like using Robinhood for the YouTube account. It's the easiest to show people how to trade options. And what I like to do is, if I say I'm already making $700, $800 for the week, I'm not going to open any new positions. I'm good with that. So it's one of those things where if I could spread it out a little bit, and I'm like, hey, I'm making $400 a month for this week for my monthly pair, I still want to get $300 to $400 in options this week. So things like that, where I can kind of get to myself being more consistent in that stance. But like I said, I am very happy the way this account is trending. The only call out I have two ultra yielders that are weekly payers, TSYY and COYY. TSYY with, I'm honestly okay. Dividends have been paying out pretty awesome, and I've been making money with those options, rolling those every couple weeks as well. So I'm making plenty of money with TSYY, but COYY, this fund has just been terrible for me. I've captured around $1,000 in dividends so far, but I'm down almost $3K, over $3K in total return. So that means I have only made back 33% of my payout. And when I invested into it, I was like, everyone's like, man, you got the perfect buy-in, $10, that's an all-time low. And just like that, in the span of two months, it cut in half again. So no doubt a reverse split will be coming. I don't know. I'm on the debate. Do I want to cut my losses? It pays me a decent weekly income. Of course, this will be the first week, as I saw in my trading history when I was talking with the Premium Generals Group, that it's going to be under $100. So that means it's not going to go up from there. It's not going to, next week I'm going to be $110 again. Unfortunately, it's probably going to continue to decrease, which is sad because it makes it hard to, it makes it challenging to make those decisions. And we all are battling it. Do I cut the position, take my loss on the $2,000 difference, and deploy that cash into better, more stable positions? Or do I keep letting it pay out and hope that it stabilizes a little bit? And the challenge on that is we have been in a bull market, a little bit of pullbacks here and there, but we are in a bull market, and it's not sustainable now. What happens when we have that span of time where the S&P 500 comes down 10 points a month, 20 points a month? And it's happened in the past, and it can happen again. Not every month, every year do funds go completely up. Now the market is predominantly in a growth phase. It almost like 70% of the time it is growing, but still there's plenty of times where it has its pullbacks and it's falling down, and these high yield funds just can't hack it. So that's something I'm still trying to figure out from my side. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to try to get some better backgrounds here. One of my buddies has given me some ideas. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. This is only my second video here using the laptop and the webcam and stuff. I still have to get a microphone. Haven't been to the store, but I will. Or let me know in the comments also, Amazon, best microphones I can look around to use, make the audio sound even better, and what else I can do to make the videos more enjoyable. But with that said, guys, I truly appreciate each and every one of you. It means a lot that you take the time to like my videos, comment, and with that said, I'll see you in the next one.